In total darkness, one man laughs, one man hunts, and no one knows who will survive the night alive inside. The lights went out, and the world changed in 1 second as the pitch-black match began between Bray Wyatt and LA Knight, and nobody knew what they were about to witness, because this was not a normal fight, this was a nightmare. Neon lights glowed on ropes and faces, but the shadows felt alive, moving and breathing with every step. Bray Wyatt stood still in the darkness, smiling like a monster who already owned the night, while LA Knight looked around confused but angry, refusing to show fear even when fear was everywhere. The bell rang, but it sounded far away, like it came from another world, and the crowd watched in silence, waiting for chaos. Bray vanished into the dark, and LA Knight turned in circles, shouting his name, trying to look strong, but his voice sounded small in the endless black. Suddenly, Bray appeared behind him and slammed him down hard, laughing as he disappeared again like smoke. LA Knight got up, shaking his head, trying to stay focused, saying he was not afraid of darkness, he was afraid of nothing. He walked slowly, touching the glowing ropes, using them like a guide through hell. Bray whispered from somewhere unseen, saying this was his world and everyone who entered it paid a price. LA Knight swung wildly, hitting nothing but air and shadows, while Bray's laugh echoed from every side. Then Bray rushed out of the dark and tackled LA Knight to the ground, smashing his fists into him again and again until LA Knight pushed him off with pure anger. They rolled across the mat, glowing paint on their bodies, making them look like creatures from another planet. LA Knight kicked Bray in the stomach and hit him with heavy punches, yelling that he was still standing and always would be. Bray staggered but smiled wider, like pain only made him stronger. He grabbed LA Knight by the throat, lifting him slowly, staring into his eyes like he was looking at his soul. LA Knight kicked and fought free, dropping to the mat and rolling away, breathing hard. The darkness played tricks on the mind, making every second feel longer. Bray disappeared again, and LA Knight followed his voice step by step, until suddenly Bray appeared above him on the corner, laughing and jumping down with a heavy strike. They crashed to the mat and rolled apart, glowing faces, staring at each other, breathing heavy like two beasts ready to kill. Bray crawled toward LA Knight on hands and knees, whispering that he was already lost. LA Knight backed away and kicked Bray hard in the face, sending him rolling. LA Knight stood tall, shouting to the crowd that this was his moment, that darkness did not control him. He waited for Bray to rise and hit him with a big clothesline, then another one, then lifted him and slammed him down hard. For a moment, it looked like LA Knight had found his power in the dark. He climbed the corner, glowing bright against the black, and jumped down with a big move, crashing into Bray. The crowd reacted loud because they could finally see hope. But Bray began to laugh again, slow and deep like thunder. He sat up, staring at LA Knight, and LA Knight's face changed because he realized something was wrong. Bray stood slowly, brushing himself off like nothing hurt him at all. He tilted his head, smiling, and said, "Now you understand." He rushed LA Knight with wild strikes, sending him backward into the ropes. Bray threw him across the ring and followed, smashing him down with his weight again and again. LA Knight tried to fight back, but Bray moved like a ghost, slipping away, then attacking from another side. Every time LA Knight turned, Bray was gone, then suddenly they're again hitting him harder. LA Knight fell to his knees, breathing heavy, his glowing paint shining like a target. Bray stood behind him, whispering that the darkness had chosen him. He grabbed LA Knight's head and slammed it into the mat, then did it again and again until LA Knight barely moved. The crowd watched in shock as Bray lifted LA Knight slowly, like he was lifting a broken toy. He carried him to the corner, sat him on the top, and climbed up with him. Bray looked out into the darkness and spread his arms like a king of shadows. Then he pulled LA Knight in and hit him with a terrifying move, sending both crashing down. LA Knight lay still, glowing in the dark, while Bray rolled to his knees, breathing heavy, staring at him. Bray crawled over and covered LA Knight, pressing his body down like a weight of nightmares. The referee counted in the glowing light, 1, 2, 3, and the bell rang, echoing through the darkness like a scream. Bray rolled off and stood slowly, laughing and breathing like he had just woken from a dream. He looked at LA Knight one more time and whispered goodbye before walking into the shadows. The light slowly came back, but the feeling did not leave. Fans knew they had not just seen a match, they had seen a story about fear, power, and the darkness inside everyone. LA Knight lost, but he showed heart, standing in a world not meant for him. Bray Wyatt won, but he also showed that his world is not one of joy, but of shadows, pain, and twisted smiles. That night wrestling became something else, something strange, something unforgettable, because when the lights went out, everyone learned how scary the dark can really be.